Show.
This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair Show, and today I have the legendary Scorpions on my show. Klaus vocals, Rudolf Schenker, rhythm guitar, and Matthias Jabs, lead guitar.
Yeehaw!
You guys played a show the other night at the Gibson Amphitheater.
Yeah.
How'd that go, Klaus?
That was fantastic. It was a sold-out show, and we played that venue a couple of times, and it was just amazing. It was a lot of energy, and people were just crazy, you know. And it was great to see all those loyal fans, and with so many young kids out there rocking like a twister.
Yeah, this new album, Humanity Hour 1, is amazing. I love the first song, Hour 1. Down, stay down. What is that song about?
Yeah, it's about Desmond Child. Child, stay down. No, it's a Armageddon kind of scenario, you know. This album, there are songs that have this darker kind of edge, you know, and songs of hope, and The Cross with Billy Corgan, guest vocals, or Hour 1, you know, there are songs that have this dark kind of vibe, and a lot of people, they are surprised that the Scorpions come up with a very current sound, with this heavy guitar sound, and with a song that, in the end of the day, it is a Scorpion song, but it comes from a different kind of angle, you know, and the way it kicks off the record, it's great, and it's a song we kick off the show with as well. Yeah, John Five came up with his guitar riff there.
How did John Five get involved?
He is a good friend of James Michael, the co-producer. At the beginning of the recordings, you know, we're looking for like maybe some unusual, different sounds away from the standards. And so he was helpful and brought in like his amp collection and some additional guitars, and so we were just fooling around with stuff. So, you know, he's a very nice guy. And later on, like more towards the end of the production, we were still looking like for a song which we didn't have at the time. And then he co-wrote the song with others. He brought in the idea of the riff, but he hasn't really played anything. He has like there's one noise. It sounds like a siren. That's his contribution.
Rudolf, how do you feel Humanity Hour 1 is a new milestone in the history of the Scorpions?
We are a band of today. We don't want to be a band, you know, like playing the old stuff and things, and that's the reason why we're always looking for new ways to show ourselves that we are really on the creative side. On the other hand, also not making the mistake again to going too far, because we want to keep our fans, our old fans, and of course we want to have new fans, and we want to make our life interesting. In this case, for us, it's Humanity Hour 1, a perfect mix out of the old Scorpions and the Scorpions of today. Important is, and that's a good situation by noticing at the website, that even the old fans really can see the Scorpions still as the Scorpions, and people like it, and that's a very difficult point. We tried to work very hard, because the album was in the beginning very dark, but then we had around in the end 18 songs, and we put the other dark kinds of songs, we kicked them out and put some more positive kind of songs like Future Never Dies or Game of Life in, to make this hope situation a little bit equal more, to give not the people that we are feeling that everything is anyway too depressed. And I think with this album we try to lift up the collective consciousness of the people, especially that listen to us, and so a little bit up to give the people the chance to listen to it, to see that it's an album which is more mature and has a message, and every fan can find out their own message and try to build it in their life.
Desmond Child is the architect of the Humanity Hour 1 idea. Humans fighting cyborgs.
In Desmond's vision, it's like the cyborgs, I mean, all the technology humankind is creating, and where we're at, Humanity Hour 1, 10,000 years, and now with all our achievements out there, you know, we're walking on the edge. And on the artwork, you see this cyborg standing, this android standing in front of the crater, you know. It's all of us walking right there on the edge. And the question is, where do we go from here? And is it time to turn around and find back to the road of humanity, to find back to more love and respect for each other in this world? You know, in the future, it could be like the machines, the robots are taking over and they're fighting the humans because they fuck it up. They want to save the planet, you know. We saw more the bigger picture, you know, humanity and what's missing in this world. It's the loss of love, that, you know, that's what's missing in this world, that we're all on the road to of destruction, you know, and we got to stop it. We got to turn around if we want to see our two, you know. We got to save this planet for ourselves and for the generations to follow. You know, still, this is a concept album. Those songs are loosely connected with this theme of humanity, but there's no storyline in that sense of like a total concept album. That's a message. It's an album that we want to entertain our audience with a rock album with lots of attitude, but at the same time use the power of music, use music as a tool to connect people. And a band like Scorpions that plays all over the world, we're truly like a global player, playing shows not only like just in the rainforest in Manaus, Brazil, in the capital of Amazonas, or at the pyramids in Cairo, or in Tel Aviv in Israel, you know. We see our music has a healing of music in general, rock music. But Scorpions, we go there and we want to connect people with our music, and music has a healing effect. And this is what a lot of people are looking for in a crazy world, in a world that's very much out of balance, especially since September 11th. You know, we all got to do something, you know. And I think we know a song, an album cannot change the world. We know that. We're not stupid, you know. We're artists, but we don't want to give up the thought that we can make a difference, and music sending out positive energy. We can bring the balance of the world that's out of balance. We can bring it back to a more peaceful world, hopefully.
Who came up with the main ideas for the songs? Was it Desmond?
When you work with Desmond Child, we knew up front that he would be involved in the songwriting, because if you look at the history of his work with Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Kiss, Alice Cooper, he's always involved, which is good. And he's a great songwriter, he's a great lyricist, and so he has a lot of input. But he has a songwriter team, as Klaus mentioned, and we know these people. We worked with Eric Bezorian before, and with Marty Fredriksson as well. So it was like them and the band, and we spent like 4 to 5 weeks in the rehearsal studio before we actually went into the studio to work out the songs and the arrangements. And so it was a collaboration of everybody involved. James Michael, also the co-producer, is a good songwriter, has good ideas, and so it was like a team effort altogether.
What are your hopes and dreams for the future of humanity?
Well, it's the old dream of, I guess, every artist, you know. We're all hoping and praying for a more peaceful world. That's what we all need, you know. We need peace on this planet, and as artists, we can bring a little piece to the big picture, maybe. Well, I hope that humanity can make it work, and not for us, because we had a great life until now, you know, but for our kids and for the generations to follow, you know, that's very, very important.
Thank you, Klaus, Rudolf, Matthias, you guys rock! Blairing Out with Eric Blair with the Scorpions, signing off!